Hey, welcome to OSR Garage. I've got something great for you guys today. It is going to be the top 12 highest price Ford Lightnings on CarGurus. And we're going to go see that right now. Okay, so I just looked at CarGurus. I didn't pull up AutoTrader or Cars.com or the several other ones that you can go look at. So I just pulled up CarGurus and I'm going to bring you the top 12 that I came across. Now, how are they pricing these and how are they selling them? There's only a few ways that they have to be able to sell these vehicles. And one is they're selling their demo. Regardless of any penalties that come from Ford, they're still selling their demo and they just don't care. Number two is a customer cancellation. A customer cancels his order, decides he doesn't want it, dealership gets to keep the truck, sell it for whatever they want to. Number three, and this is one that gets a little controversial. They could have filed reservations on the first day with fake names. Now, if they get caught by Ford doing that, and these trucks are not filed in the names that they were reserved in, and there is no visible cancellation of those orders, then they can be penalized and lose allocations for 30 days. The second offense, they lose allocations for 90 days. And the third offense is their Ford franchise tag is removed. And Ford has nothing to do with them anymore. The last one is, and this is probably the worst possible thing that could happen, and that is that the dealership stole somebody's truck. Yes, stole someone's truck, and it has already happened. And we're going to get into that a little bit later. So we're going to start off with our first dealership. And this dealership is located in Lakeview, Oregon. They have a Ford Lightning Platinum, and it is priced at $143,874. The MSRP on it is $93,874, so that is a $50,000 markup. Number two on the list is Eden Prairie, Minnesota. They also have a Platinum listed at $143,214 with an MSRP of $93,214 for also a $50,000 markup. Now we're going to move down a little farther south in the country and a little bit out west, out to Novato, California. They have a Platinum listed at $135,163. Now the MSRP on that one is $95,164, so that is a markup of $40,000. Next is Napa, California. And they have one listed at $133,854. The MSRP on that one, that's right, you see it right up here, $133,854. That's not possible. The Platinum maxes out at $95,000. So I don't know what the kind of trickery that they're trying to mess with people's heads and say that Ford has a $133,000 truck, or that Ford is pricing it at that, because that is not truthful. That is lying, blatant lying about the MSRP. That I don't understand that, or how it's even possible. Next, we go back to Eden Prairie, Minnesota. They have a Lariat also listed at $130,749. MSRP is $80,749. That is a $50,000 markup on a Lariat. It's not even the top of the line. They're marking it up $50,000. Give me a break. That's ridiculous. Number 6 comes in from Castle Rock, Colorado. They have a Platinum listed at $128,229. MSRP of $93,229 for a $35,000 markup. As I mentioned earlier, someone has already had their truck stolen by a dealership. This is ridiculous. It is sad, and I feel really bad and horrible for this person. I have absolutely no respect for the dealership at all. I don't know how anybody could. I don't know if you guys know the name Tom Malogny, but Tom Malogny has a YouTube channel called State of Charge. He also is an editor for Inside EVs. Inside EVs runs a podcast weekly and broadcasts it over YouTube. And most of the time, Tom Malogny of State of Charge is involved in that. Also, Kyle Connor and Jordan from Out of Spec, also the Inside EVs hosts. So one of Tom Malogny's followers contacted him, and he was a first day reservation holder. He got the letter from Ford to order his truck. He went through and configured his truck, ordered it through the dealership, paid his deposit, and then he got a letter from the dealership that everything was complete. He had a production date of late May, early June. So the very next day, he got another email from the dealership notifying him that his order had been canceled. He didn't know what was going on, why it got canceled, what the deal was, so he went down to the dealership. And what he found out at the dealership was that the dealership canceled his order because for some reason the dealerships have that right and they can cancel any order at any time. They canceled his order and then kept his truck. All they had to do was notify Ford that a customer canceled their order and they got to keep the truck. Completely ridiculous. Tom took the emails and any documentation that this guy gave him and he forwarded all of that to Ford. Now, I don't know if anything's going to happen. I don't know if there's anything that they can do. I hope that Ford in some way gets this guy a truck because he's been waiting 1.5 years. And he followed the process the way he was supposed to and the dealership screwed him over. So hopefully Ford is able to do something to help him out. The thing we're not ever going to probably know is what the ramifications were with that dealership or if Ford was able to even do anything to that dealership. The one thing that I can tell you is what that dealership did to that person was completely unethical and immoral. And there's no excuse for it. None. It's pathetic. Now, not all dealerships are that way, and don't get me wrong. A lot of dealerships are out there selling at MSRP because they don't need that extra money. And they want the respect of their customers, and they want the customers to keep coming back to them. That way they don't have to do this. They sell at MSRP, they turn the stuff over, and they have loyal customers, and they treat their loyal customers excellent. But there are a few shady dealers that make Ford look bad. So I'm going to continue on now with a few other things before we get into what you can do if you have an order for a truck and you've got one of those shady dealers and you're not sure whether you can trust them. Number 7 is coming in from Morris, Minnesota. They have a Platinum and it is listed at $123,509. MSRP of $93,509 for a markup of $30,000. Number 8 is from Prosser, Washington. They have a Platinum. They have it listed at $119,999 with an MSRP of $94,204. So that's just about a $25,000 markup. The next one comes in from Madras, Oregon. I don't know whether it's a Platinum, a Lariat, a base model, an XLT, because they have it listed at $114,404, but the MSRP says not provided. I would much rather have the dealership just put not provided than we saw with the other dealership trying to say that the MSRP was what they were asking. The next one on the list, and I'm going to probably say this name wrong, and I apologize. Economoa, Wisconsin. I hope that was close. I apologize if it's not right. But they have a Platinum listed at $113,874 with an MSRP of $93,874 for a $20,000 markup. The next one is from Sheffield, Ohio. They have a platinum at $113,719, MSRP of $93,819 for a $20,000 markup. The last one coming in from Brigham City, Utah. They have a platinum at $113,709 with an MSRP of $93,709 for a $20,000 markup. And that's where I stopped pulling this information, because pretty much there was a lot of them listed at right around 113 and trickling down to MSRPs. So now we're going to talk about what you can do if you've already ordered your Lightning and now your dealer seems to be a little shady. This is what you can do about that. So I was watching a video from Larry Lynch. What's up, Larry? If you don't know Larry, go over and check his stuff out. He's got a lot of Lightning stuff. He's been following all of this since it started and reservations opened up. So if you want more Ford Lightning information, go check him out. He mentioned in that video that someone that he had interviewed in a previous video mentioned that even after you have ordered your Ford Lightning, you can still switch dealers. Or order any vehicle. You can still switch dealers before it arrives. If you feel like you have one of those shady dealers and that they're going to try to pull something and say, hey, you got to pay $5,000, you got to pay $10,000 if you want to keep your truck. If they've already started acting that way and you decide, hey, I'm going to shop around and see who I can find that's going to do it at MSRP. If you find another dealership that says, yes, we will absolutely do it MSRP, here is a letter from our GM, from our sales manager, whatever, we're going to do MSRP. You can call Ford, and in Larry's video, he actually has the phone number in that video, so make sure you go check that out. But you can call Ford at that number, and they can move your truck from the dealership you ordered it from to the dealership and have it delivered there. That previous dealership will lose that allocation and any profit they would have made off of that truck, and the new one where you moved it to, they're going to gain all of that. So you do have some options, and that is one way that you can fight back if you feel it necessary. So now I'm going to give you a few Lightnings that are listed in my home state. So the first one comes in from Peru, Illinois. They have a platinum listed at $108,874 with an MSRP of $93,874 for a $15,000 markup. Now, if that's their demo, that's not going to help them much if Ford finds them $25,000. So I'm not sure what their plan is there. Or they're just saying, whenever we do sell it, this is what we're selling it for. The next one's going to be Midlothian, Illinois. They have a Lariat for $101,259 with an MSRP of $81,259 for a $20,000 markup. Then, in Decatur, Illinois, they have a Lariat listed at $94,329 with an MSRP of $79,329. That is a $15,000 markup. Princeton, Illinois has a platinum for $94,319. That's the same as the MSRP. And Rantoul, Illinois has a platinum for $93,874, which is the same as the MSRP. I hope that none of these trucks were actually stolen from the customers like the story that I told you earlier. So I'm in no way shaming all dealerships. I think there's a lot of great dealerships out there, but there are a lot of shady ones also. And I just wanted you guys to see this information to educate you so that you can keep an eye on your own back or your friend's back or your family's back. Thank you for being here with me. If you're not a subscriber, click subscribe if you want to hear some more about this stuff. And I will see you later.